Hello, excuse me, welcome back. We're going to continue here into May and see how things continue to go. So far, we're living up to our goal here. The owner wants us to play 500 ball. Well, we're close. About as close as you can get. One game over, well, half game, whatever. And if you can see here in the division, we're showing the second place. Does it last? Probably not. That said, let's go ahead and sim out the series against the Phillies. That's the short one, this 3 or normal one, and we will go from there. Honestly think we're gonna take this trade. This is a relief pitcher, good control, a fastball and curveball. That's already good. Changeup. It's a righty. He's a bullpen guy, which is something that we're weak in. And let's be honest, we don't even have anything in the bullpen anyway. He's already a 2-star potential. From our scout says that he's 2.5. And let's just be honest, given what I have in my bullpen, that's that's where we sit. We suck. The key thing though, service time. We still have him. We have him under wraps for quite a bit. And I'm thinking in the outfield we have Kemp, Tapia, Dahl, Chuck Nasty. I don't see us needing an outfielder, and especially when we have Des going to be a mediocre one. If we look at our roster, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Looking at the outfield, Desmond, Kemp, Dahl, Blackman. I don't see the need. I honestly don't see the need for another one. Just being honest, I really don't. So you know what? I'm going to take this trade. I don't think it's necessarily, it's clearly not going to help us for this season, but it's just something to take a shot on. Maybe this guy will pan out, but we have him under control for a handful of seasons, and to me, it's for knowing that we have bullpen issues. I think that is a trade that I'm willing to accept and see how it goes. Because if I were to trade anyone on this team anyway, I can get a outfielder in the major league that can produce. That said, we'll accept the trade. This will be the first trade that we go with. Don't mind this guy at all. I really don't. I don't feel like he's ever really going to get an opportunity to play for us, and that's fine. Our scout says runs the base with speed and smart, swing and approach are dialed in for average production. It provides average defense, but has a cannon of an arm. Cannon, like it should be. Doesn't generate much loss in his swing, so ground balls are more common extra bases, which will likely hold him back from earning a starting spot in the lineup. There we go. That pretty much sums it up. If we go back to who we would be trading for. Mudhen's relief pitcher and internationally with those 3 pitches with his bread and butter being a sharp curve. He locates his pitches well and has average stuff. Could settle in as a back of the rotation starter. I think if he was a bullpen pitcher for us, that'd be great. I don't need him to be a rotation guy. I just need him to be a bullpen. So yeah, we're going to accept this trade. So, hey, what do you know? Making moves. But before we do that, let's take a look at some stuff. Oh, the Astros. Oh, poor Astros and injury. That's unfortunate. It really is. That's a big injury. Diego Castillo. Longoria. 300 ding-dongs. But, yeah. We're going to go ahead and accept this trade. I'm fine with that. Trade has been completed. Any players you receive in trade have been designated for assignment. Players with major league contracts or placed in your lowest ranking minor league team. Please go to team transaction screen and make any necessary roster moves. So Drew Carlton, welcome to Colorado. Made it for assignment. I would like to put him on okay. On that, and then we'll send him to double A. Not liking that, I'm sure, but we'll fix it. Just not right now. Anyway, he'll be on the double A team, so you can see him there. What I will do is I also will go to that team I can't bring it back up now, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's go to double A squad. We will make him I'll make him the closer, but I will make him a setup. Actually, I can. I forgot. It's up to the computer. Well, whatever. He's there. I'm fine with that. And anyway, let's go ahead and sim out the rest. Alright, so you can see there, we took 2 out of 3 against the Phils on the road. It's not bad. Let's look into detail. Hoffman pitched his team to victory over the Phillies. 5-4, or 5-4 was the score. We had 4 in the first, 1 in the second. We got up early. Daniel Murphy, 2-run double. And then an error hurt us. Oh boy. Arenado, 2 for 4. Dahl had a home run. Nice to see him hit those. Murphy is hitting well. Our hitters are playing they're performing. Doing job. It's just the pitching. Harper, 2 for 4. McCutcheon, hitless. Didi, hitless. Thankfully, you know, if this will be the show, he would be more productive. Realmuto, 3 for 4. Reese, kind of struggling. A lot of home runs, but pretty much feast or famine. Hoffman, 5 2/3, 2 runs, 3 hits, 5 walks. Oberg, 2 innings. He did give up an unearned run. Diaz, he is back. His first action since being brought back. 3 hits. Rough, but he does get the save, so I'll take that. Meanwhile, we kind of lit up Wheeler. Coleman. That feels good. Alright. So we took that one. The game that we lost, I talked trash about Reese and he hits 2 home runs. We just were behind the whole game. Not really much you can do about that. Tried to clean up the score a little bit late. There's not a lot going on at the plate. Story and Murphy both with 2 hits. Dahl and Walters were the other 2. That's it. 3 walks. 9 base runners in total. Just not a lot going on. Really not. Harper hitless. But Reese had a good game, as did Realmuto. Realmuto with a triple. Quinn and Realmuto with home runs. Segura as well. Just really doing a good job. Oh boy. Our best pitcher's kind of struggling right now. 3 1/3 ERA. Another error hurts Arenado again. 4. That ERA, 7.32. A little worrisome. A little worrisome. I don't like it. That's got to change. Otherwise, 500 is going to be really, really tough. Here, Arenado, you can see right here, solo shots in the third and fifth. 2-run double off of Pivetta by Murphy. So we get to him early and often. 7 runs altogether on 12 hits. Our best pitcher so far this season, though, John Gray. 8 in the third. 2 runs, 5 hits. He gave up 2 home runs as well. So 2 solo shots. Dubal, Herrera, Harper in the ninth. Would end the series. Hampson increases his lead in the stolen bases, or tags another on there. You can see Diaz, Murphy, Dahl, and Arenado. Love to see it. So I give Dahl crap because of being injury prone. Batting .314, 21 RBIs, OBP of 388. I will take that. Good start for him so far. Looking at the standings, we're still in second place. Even better, we've moved up in the world wild card spot. If it's playoff started today, we'd be in. I think it lasts, no, but it's a good start. We'll go to the manager's office, see if there's anything else going on. We'll check in on that prospect later too. And you see we're up to 11th in the power rankings, kind of nice. And here it is. I am fine with this trade. I hope he does well down there. They put him in as a closer, I saw. First outing for us. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. Ouch. Face 6 batters. I'm not. Oh, that's not 6 batters. 10. Can't count. I mean, granted, I could just look at this. Whatever. Has to be better. But it's early. He's still getting accustomed to it. It's fine. Up next, the Tigers. So we get Manny Mize, super popular in MLB The Show, and Daniel Norris. Hopefully, see Kyle Freeland here, 4-1. Hopefully he can keep it up. Since it's Helen Hoffman, if you want to get that ERA down, that'd be nice. Just saying. Just saying. Go ahead and send this one out. Now there's something nice right there. You can see that. David Dahl. 4-game home run streak. Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. But that's also something that we need to review the draft for. Alright, so the announcement. No real stars. But we'll see what we can do. All players. Torque is the best. We'll add him. A switch hitting catcher. We will add him. Obviously, anyone that's even remotely decent as a pitcher. Everyone on this first sheet who's a starting pitcher is getting looked at. That is just matter of fact. As bad as we are, gotta start loading up the pen or the farm. Actually, make it easier. Let's go to all pitchers. I'm also looking at the right for the accuracy and how easy it would be to sign. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to go down a ways before we can find a relief pitcher. And they're all pretty awful. Look at him, we'll look at Cole. And Cody. And then also, we'll look at outfielders. Pretty much if you're above 2 stars, we'll take a look at you. And we'll get back to this later. At least in terms of potential, I've got a couple of 2.5. And then the last position I'm going to take a look at is catcher. Alright, there you go. Mock draft. We pick 9th. It has me taking Jordan Walker. Shall we? Real potential home run power. He plays 3rd. We'll scout him. Oh, potential looks really good. I think 50, you're at talking gap power, 65, good eye. Just doesn't, it still strike out a lot. Plays 3rd, nothing else, no secondary. It's a big 6'5", 210-pound third baseman from Stone Mountain, Georgia. He has plus power potential. He has good recognition of balls and strikes. His range of footwork will draw criticism, but he is a competent fielder. He can be penciled in for a lion's share of starts at his position. And you can see the reports, his potential has gone up based off the latest report. The power, the eye has dropped a little. Defense has went up a little, but 2.5 star, I'll take that. And you can see it down here, so not bad. Not bad. going to go back to the draft pool. We'll obviously be in this for a bit when the time comes. But it's not for a while anyway. It's June 4th, so we have a long way to go. That said, let's go ahead and sim out the rest of this series. There's a lot going on. But let's look at some of these players. Current ability is 0.5, potential is 2.5. Plus power, shown advanced approach at the plate, should be good at knowing when to swing and when not to. Provides average defense at the hot corner, needs more seasoning against quality pitching before getting a shot in the majors. He's playing third. Arenado, done mine. Alright, so catcher. Lean and athletic, hails from Pasadena, California, that's up the road. Above average power ceiling, at maturity he should have an above average eye, draw 60 walks each year. On the negative, he struggles to make consistent contact. Bat and hustle should make him a front runner for an audition as catcher. Catcher arm, catcher ability. Batting 394 in high school, it's not bad at all. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said plus home run. Jeez. Woof. That's huge. That is huge. A couple of others. Big swings and misses. Missed strikeout. No pun. Strikeout if you're watching this. More seasoning. Upside isn't great, but he could pitch his way into a back end rotation opportunity. Top out at 92 on the gun. A nice slider with two lesser pitches. Command will desert him for stretches at a time. Carry would. Driving up his pitch count and walk totals. Emergency call-up and maybe an occasional spot starter. Oof. Starting pitcher Tyler Brown. Spot as a future starter. More seasoning. Reed Detmers making up a fifth starter with some seasoning. Spencer, 20-year-old first baseman who was born in Cali as well. So tremendous raw power. He's very patient, plays rough when he walks. Doesn't make consistent contact though, but he has the talent to flourish in the majors. This kind of sucks that we don't have number one pick, but he's probably gonna go number one. They like this. With enough injuries, he might force his way to a lineup. That's an oof. Some interesting notes here. Reading different opinions of where they go. Some rotation, some bench, some the sky has to fall, and some that still need work. A lot to look at. Flaherty, 2 to 3 months for a herniated disc. Thanks. Joe Kelly injured. Yikes, getting lit up. Clearly they must be using the wire on him. It's payback. But before we do that, let's go look at what happened against the Tigers. You can see there, we got sweep. So let's look into this and where we're at in the division. First of all, we tried to blow this one. Diaz, I'm not liking this. He's struggling so far. But we get behind early, 3-0, then 5-2, and then we put up the next 6 runs. Hampson with a double. And a stolen base, a lot of stolen bases. Look at that. Trevor Story stole 3 bases. That's gross. 3 bases. That extension is going to be really disgusting. McMahon is the DH. The long lost son of Vince that no one knew about. 3 of 4. With his second home run of the season. I will take that. Senzatella, did he pitch well? Hell no. 3 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs. Exactly what I didn't want to happen. And then Diaz gave up 3 hits again in an inning, but we survived again. Said problematic. Oberg Davis. Davis didn't even pitch well. Look at that. He recorded the final out in the 8th. He gave up a hit and a walk, so he still tried to make trouble for himself. Not a pretty one. But let's be honest, we are going to accept it. I don't think that comes out as a surprise. So take the first one, 8-7. Take the second one, 4-2. And pretty much 3-2 for most of the game. No home runs by us. We had 2 doubles, Hampson with 1. And they've got 1 Reyes with the double. Kyle Freeland gets the win. 8, 6 hits, 2 walks. This is not bad. If he can continue to pitch like this, I'm going to be really happy with how he turns out. I just prefer most of his starts to be on the road. Mize, 1-5. Not getting much run support anyway, but you know, we'll take what we can get. And then the finale, 7-4. Gave up 2 late. Bullpen let me down probably. Yeah, Belmonte, Mo Bird, Queen. Hoffman with the win. 6 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs allowed, only 1 earned. Same with Almonte. 4 errors. We survived. That's pretty bad. Hampson with 2. Dolan Story with 1. Ty with Webb. Fitting if he gave up a home run. Huh, what do you know? He only does best. Trevor Story with his 10th. This dude is just a beast. He hits doubles. He hits home runs. He steals bases. And he commits errors. Just does everything. A lot of good, a lot of bad. But when you look at the standings, we are a half game behind the Dodgers. Things are looking really good right now. We have a 2-game lead in the wild card. Don't want to jump the gun though, obviously, because we have a lot to do. Got the Reds coming into town. Trevor Bauer. This will be a tough matchup for sure. I don't think we're going to play a 4-game series against them. I don't see us winning. I just don't see it. We avoid Gray though. No, we get Bauer, we get Miley, DeSclafani, but we miss Gray. We don't get Bauer and Gray. I'll live with that. Well, let's sim this one out and get towards the Battle Month, and we'll see how this series turns out. If we can get a split at home, that'd be great. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, congrats to Real Muto for National League Player of the Week. Next up, we get the Giants for that ERA. Look at those ERAs. We swept them last time. It's at home, so they're already awful, and we're at home. But the real reason why I stopped it, or the real reason why I said we had a lot to talk about is this. This pains me. First of all, I'm not trading him. Even if he's gonna struggle on my watch. I'm not gonna let him be great elsewhere. Just gonna be honest with you. Will Smith, I like. Walters is playing well, no reason to do it. No. I don't want to trade with the Dodgers, I'm not trading in the division. But that's not what I want to talk about. We took 3 out of 4 against Cincinnati. Shall we dive in? This one you win in extras in the 10th. Lose the hold opportunity. But is one of his better pitch games. Sad to say. Might be, to make the case, his best game pitch this season. 8 in the 3rd. Just couldn't shut the door all the way, but we kept him all the way in. Maybe you want to take him out before you get to the 8th, but 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. For 8 in the 3rd, that is not bad. Give the bullpen a little bit of rest. Bauer, we were able to get 3 runs off of him, so I'm definitely going to take that. Votto, now look at him. See, I'm not holding the controller, so he can't hurt me as much, I hope. But Nick, a solo shot, and he just hurt me. All of the RBIs came from him. You see Arenado, 2-run double. Story, a base hit. Kemp trying to hover around 250. If Kemp does that, I'm happy with that. Walters batting 292, gets a hit, 1 for 3, a walk. In the grand scheme of things, if he puts up numbers like that, I'm fine. This is rare. Hitless. David Dahl. Hitless. It's Bauer. No, I couldn't be mad. And we went on the sac fly. Far enough to drive in the run. Then with the doors blown off. 9-3. Who pitched? Gray. So see, Gray pitches great. And then he turns around. Then pitches terrible. But then Baez doesn't pitch for a bit. Gets lit up. Davis gets lit up. And bullpen continuing to show why they suck. They're the weakness of this team. 8 hits in total. I mean, you just give up too many runs. Just 7th, 8th, and 9th. You look at it. It's a 3-3 game after 7. Can't complain about that. Just couldn't. Bullpen just let us down. They respond by taking game 3. We won 6-4. Arenado home run. I see that there. Votto. Whatever. Jerk. Now it's tied going into the 8th, and you can see here. He had a 2-1 sinker for a 2-run single. It was a game changer, putting Colorado on top. We'll put this one in our pocket and go after the next, Kemp says. Big hit for him. Walters with a double, as does Daniel Murphy. David Dahl, his 6th home run. Arenado with 2s, 13 and 14. Senzatella, 7 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Like a little bit of everything, but the most important thing is our bullpen's kind of struggled in some outings. And you have this, Davis and O'Berg come in and pitch. You know, they both walk a guy. They both also get a strikeout. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm really fine with that. But thank you, Arenado. Big help in this one. And then the series finale on Sunday. We won 10-4. 4 runs in the 7th, but it was tied at 4 going into the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 5th. David Dahl, 2-run home run. Bottom of the 7th, David Dahl, 3-run home run. Big, big, big. Kemp 1 for 3. I'll take that. David Dahl really putting together a good season so far. I was really concerned about him coming in. I expected him to be, not gonna lie, I expected him to be a disappointment. And so far, halfway to his home run total from last year. Sad thing is he's about a week worth of games away from the halfway point in games played too. That's been part of the problem with him. He just can't stay healthy. The OBP is much better. OPS a little bit better. I'm liking as long as he stays healthy. And then we look at the standings. Mark it right now. The Colorado, and I have to take a screenshot. This will be saved for later. We lead the National League West. We have the lead the National League West. I'm just in shock right now. In mid-ish May. Sounds crazy to say. Sounds crazy to say. We're ranked 7th in the power rankings. Not even upset. Not even upset. Looking at the schedule, I think this is where we're gonna call it for now. Only a couple series, but you look at it so far in the month of May, you're 8-2. And we still have the Giants, the Marlins, the Phillies again at home. We have 6 games against the Giants, 7, sorry. 3 against the Marlins and the White Sox. But then you have that big series coming up. That really, really big series coming up with the Dodgers. But this one we're going to keep a little bit shorter. I want to enjoy where we're at right now. And there's also one other thing we're going to take a look at. Since we did add him, I like to keep tabs on this kid. First outing for us, 2 innings, rough. Second outing records a third of an inning, gives up a hit. He got the loss, blown save. But then the next inning, or next outing, scoreless, 2 strikeouts, a walk issued. Next one, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. But he records saves in both. So Carlton, keeping an eye on you. If you can continue to pitch well, keep that up. We'll look into what we can do for you towards the end of the season, just saying. And we'll look more into scouting as well too. Look into some individuals, some other players. But for now, that is what we're going to call it, and I have to go back. You have to see. Leading the division, the Colorado Rockies. And we're still practically last in every pitching statistic. Baby steps. Baby steps. The Giants series should hopefully do good for us. We have to, if we're going to be a good team, we're going to have to take advantage of that stuff. The only thing I didn't show was I did make a few adjustments to the lineups, but I probably should show that next stream. Or next video, sorry. Forced habit of being a streamer. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you sub to the channel so that you're notified of future updates. We'll again do these every Saturday. The next one probably will cover a good chunk of probably the rest of the month. I just gotta end it here. It's just a smile. You gotta have something to smile about. One of these episodes has to have a happy ending, you know. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week. Have a good weekend.